Good morning, Joni and Nikita in Dowling Community Gardens in South Minneapolis. Let me show you the grounds. So there's some gardens back there, and it goes way back, and then more gardens behind me. They're quite extensive and beautiful. Okay. So today I wanted to chat about storylines and the concept of storylines. I am referring to the narrative of our minds when I talk about narrative or storylines. We all have our own unique perspective on everything, right? On all events, on everything that happens in life. And these unique perceptions can be limited. They can also be colored by our past experiences. And there's someone on a motorcycle. Yeah, so especially folks with unresolved trauma, these storylines can be particularly negative. So some of us may have heard other, people, or maybe we've even said it ourselves, talk about how they always see the worst or expect the worst in situations. That might be a sign of some unresolved trauma. And that's not a bad thing. It's just a clue. Sometimes with these storylines, with our perspective, these reasons that we think events are happening, or the explanation that we might tell ourselves about how things are happening or why, or da-da-da-da-da, it can be really painful. They can hook our emotions, and they can take us on an emotional roller coaster, causing us to feel either really good or usually really bad, stressed out, sad, lonely, a bunch of different things. And then sometimes we might find out, even after we've been hooked, we might get more information about a story. And then we might realize that our perception wasn't quite correct. And we just didn't have enough information. And then suddenly things feel a little more workable. So when we get hooked with these storylines and we believe them as truth, that's when we create suffering for ourselves. And if we decide to and if we decide to take action based on our perception that may not be true, we can also cause suffering to other people. There's a way out of it. Taking a step back, from jumping into the storylines is completely helpful. Developing a mindfulness practice can be extremely helpful. That allows us to take a step back and assess the situation. And we can learn how to respond to situations rather than react to them, which is what I support my clients in doing in the coaching world. We also get super familiar with the triggers that tend to repeat in their lives and the emotional hooking that happens with those triggers. And it's not to say any of this is wrong or bad, it's just identifying it and learning and practicing ways that can be more beneficial to both ourselves and to others. So if you feel like interacting, which I highly encourage you to do, please leave in a comment if you've ever experienced situations like this, where you might have told yourself a storyline and might have acted based on that storyline and then realized later that you didn't have enough information and maybe the story you're saying wasn't totally correct. You can also comment on how that might have affected you, or if this is all new information, what is it like to hear this? Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy the day.